Hello, my name is Ernestine Collins. Welcome to Writers Reading. This program is brought to you as a public service presentation of WPRG TV5 Harold, Kentucky. Today I don't have a special guest, so I'm going to read to you some of the poems that will be published in my new book that's coming out. The name of the book is Down Mare Creek Road, and it will be out probably in March or April. And I'm going to read you several poems that will be in that book. But first, I would like to talk about some books that have been written by some other people in the area. First of all, Southern Country Cooking by Mark Sohn. This book costs $5.95. Well, it's actually, I think, $4.95, but if you order it from us, it's $5.95. You can order it from Writers Reading, P.O. Box 44, Honaker, Kentucky 41639. You send a check for $5.95, made out to Mark Sohn, S-O-H-N. This book is the same book. It's just a larger book and costs $10. If you order it, send $11 to pay for the shipping and handling to the same address and make a check payable to Mark F. Sohn. This book, Looking In, was written by our cameraman, Eugene Cisco. It's $6.95. If you want to order it, send $7.95 to cover the postage and handling. Make your check payable to Eugene Cisco. I've read from this book on the show several times, and I recommend this book. It's very light reading, it's interesting, it's funny, it's good. $6.95, but if you order it, $7.95, made out to Eugene Cisco. And that address again is Writers Reading, P.O. Box 44, Honaker, Kentucky 41639. This book is easy to find. It's called A Famine in the Valley. It's by Chessie Cornett. Mrs. Cornett has these books in several places in the area. At the 1st of May in Pikeville, at Reedmore Bookstore, at Jenny Wiley, at David Arts and Crafts, at Brooks Pharmacy in Betsy Lane. This is a very good book too. It has several stories and a novelette. It's by Chessie Cornett, and well, it says $7.95, so it'll be $8.95 to order it. But you can get this in a lot of different places. But if you do order it, it's $8.95, and make your check payable to Chessie Cornett. This is Psychology for Parents and Teachers. It's another book by Mark Sohn. The price of the book is $10. If you order it, please send a check for money order for $11 to cover the postage. This is a good book for parents or teachers, like it says. I've read some of it. It's very interesting, very informative. So that's $11, made out to Mark F. Sohn. Today, as I said, I'd like to read to you some of my poems that will be in my book. This poem is called No Greater Love, and it was written with the help of my sister, Geraldine Dickey. She gave me a line and asked me to write a poem about it, so I did. When we were young, we little knew how rare love in her heart grew. Through sacrifices large and small, she wove her love around us all. As children do, we brought her pain, but never once did she complain. She did not welcome autumn days when school would take us all away. For fame and wealth she did not long, but found fulfillment in her home. Nor did she count her life a loss, or think she bore an unkind cross. Delighting in us all her days, she heaped upon us words of praise. No greater love have children found. Our mother wanted us around. This poem is called If I Had Known. Little did I know, so long ago, the depth of sorrow in your soul. If I had known, I would have said something or done something to ease your pain. It did not help that you told me or thought you showed me. I could not understand, never having known a man, that when one and one make one, when one leaves, there is none. This poem is called You Linger Longer, and it's written for my son, Aaron. You hold back your affection, your kisses and hugs, and you never tell me you love me, no matter how many times I express my love to you. But you stand so still when I tassel your hair, and I know that you don't want me to stop. And you linger longer than the others when I hug you and kiss you goodbye. Sometimes I think your little heart might hold more love than all the rest. And although you cannot show me, sometimes I think you need me most. This poem is called The Light in the Window. The front door is still open when he arrives home, but the light in the window is gone. A good meal is prepared, and the bills have been paid, and his clothes are all clean, and the beds have been made. And she never suggests that he sleep all alone, but the light in the window is gone. There's no dust on the furniture, floors have been swept, and she never complains, and her vows have been kept. Not a person would notice that anything's wrong, but the light in the window is gone. All his children are nurtured, his dogs have been fed. It would seem nothing's changed since the day they were wed, but there's no warm embrace and no welcoming song, for the light in the window is gone. This is a light-hearted poem called I Meant To. I meant to wash the dishes, but the birds were singing sweetly, so I listened. I meant to make the bed, but the sky above my head was clear and bright. What a sight! I meant to run the vacuum, but my son was asking why the sky is blue. What would you do? I meant to mop the floor, but the knock-up on my door was a friend. I let her in. I meant to dust the pictures on the wall in the hall, but just then the baby learned to crawl. I meant to scrub the bath, but my daughter said her math was such a chore. What's a mother for? And then my husband said, it's late, the house can wait, let's go to bed. This poem is called When Love Passes. The line is thin, they say, between love and hate. So thin, sometimes it breaks. And it is hard to know then when one ends and the other begins. And sad the situation is to face, but sadder still when love passes and nothing fills its place. This last poem is called When He Died on the Cross. I dreamed that I was at Calvary the day my Savior died. I dreamed I stood beneath the cross on which he was crucified. His blood dripped onto my outstretched hands as I lifted them high to pray, and the shame and disgrace of the sins of my life I felt in my soul that day. His blood was on my hands, and I could not wash it away. His blood was on my hands when he died on the cross that day. I awoke with a start in a cold, cold sweat, and I lifted weak hands to pray. I thanked Jehovah for the blood of his Son that had washed my sins away. I remembered the river where I was baptized to contact the blood of my Lord. The crimson flow washed me white as snow, and his blood stained my hands no more. His blood was on my hands, but he washed it all away. Salvation God bestowed when Christ died on the cross that day. I'd like to talk to you today about the show a little bit. If there are people out there who are watching who have a talent to write, whether it's poetry, short stories, articles that would be good for newspapers or journals, we'd love to have you on the show. Send us what you've written. If you want it returned, send us a self-addressed stamped envelope, and we'll be sure to send it back to you. Please put a phone number if you have one. It's really hard to get people on the show. We've had some very good guests, and I'm happy about that, but I'd like to find some other ones who maybe have never been on a show like this. Maybe you've never had anything published, even in a newspaper or anything. We'd love to have you on the show. I keep begging you because I'm interested in what you have to say. And if you write, I think you'll be interested in letting people read it. So just send whatever you have to Writers Reading, P.O. Box 44, Honaker, Kentucky. I'll be looking forward to hearing from you. Until next week, may God bless you.